So Emily,
Yes.
today I want to talk to you about fear. What's one thing that you're really afraid of?
I think the one thing that I'm kind of afraid of is holding myself back because
Okay.
I'm too perfectionist
Okay.
and kind of afraid of fucking up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
So,
where do you get this fear? Where do you think it comes from?
to be honest, I don't really know where
Mhm.
it comes from. I think it's kind of innate to everybody because most people I talk to are like,
Yeah.
I kind of feel the same.
Yeah.
So I think it's just wanting to be good enough
Mhm,
and always
mhm.
being afraid that you're kind of not.
Yeah.
So
So it's mostly about judgment on the work that you do, yeah? Or
yes,
Mhm.
not just the work that I do, but also making the wrong choices
Mhm.
or choosing the wrong path for myself
Okay.
and ending up somewhere where I don't even want to go.
Mhm.
So I don't know, studying history, or
Yeah.
if I'd chosen something else, would that have
Yeah.
been also good? Why did I pick this one? And
Mhm.
all that kind of stuff. So I think it's just kind of decision paralysis
Mhm.
of, am I making the right choice?
Mhm.
And you never really know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever get this notion where you talk to yourself, I like this inner voice which tells you you've made some bad decision, and then the other version of you says, no, you should keep it. Just how do you deal with your inner dialogue?
That's a good question.
Mm.
I think I just tend to ignore it. Maybe not the healthiest way to cope with it, but usually if I think like, oh, was that the right decision?
Yeah.
I just kind of think, okay, let's not judge it before we have any results. Like, let's see where this goes, and if it does end up that, we can just start over.
Right.
And that's fine too.
So do you ignore the positive side or the negative side?
Both, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, but I try to focus more on the positive lately.
Okay.
I think it's easier to focus on the negative,
Mhm.
but I've been working on just keeping that aside.
Yeah.
So I try to focus more on the positive and more about what's good with the decisions I made. Yeah, to kind of get over that initial hurdle of deciding anything at all.
Yeah. And how? What are some things that help you like keep focus on the other or the positive side? What do you think helps you to keep focus?
Honestly, I think
Yeah.
I think it might be a bit depressing, but
Yeah.
a kind of in a nihilistic way that in the
Okay.
end it doesn't really matter anyways, as long as you're having
That's
fun.
powerful.
Yeah. So I guess depending on the angle you look at it from, it can get either very positive or very negative. But for me, it's kind of a good thing that it's like it doesn't matter in the end. You can just live the best life, and then if it ends up bad, you can just start again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you talked also about you being able to go on stage without having a lot of fear, or you get to be nervous, but you still get to do it anyway. How have you overcome your fear of public speaking, so to say?
I would say, to be honest, I wouldn't say it was a very big fear from the beginning, because I know one friend of mine, she gets like terrible shakes every time she has to go on stage and she almost passes out. It's never been that bad for me. Of course I get nervous and I'm like, oh, what if I fuck this up? But honestly, I just kind of psyched myself out of it. I know, don't, just be cool. It's not that serious, and then you can just go and do your stuff. And again, if you fuck up, we're all human. It happens. And I think everybody can empathize with somebody on stage maybe making a mistake or talking bullshit or saying something they weren't supposed to, or maybe stuttering or stumbling through what they were gonna say. So I think most people don't judge you as harshly for the mistakes you make as you think
they
do. Yeah, I don't think. I think most people, if I walk around the city, aren't like, oh my god, she chose the wrong thing today to wear, or if I fuck up somewhere at university, it's not like all my cohorts will turn around and be like, oh, what does she do? And I think most people either don't really care, or they're more empathetic than you think, because they're like, oh, I could see that happening to myself. It's like when you watch somebody fall on their face, you're like, ooh, that looks like it hurt, and not like, oh, haha, look at you, loser, you know?
Yeah, and that's a powerful message. So you think that, or you generally think that most people actually don't judge you in a bad way. They actually empathize with you.
Yeah, I think so.
They kind of feel bad and think, okay.
Yeah. Because I think, I mean, I think you're kind of always, I don't know how to describe it, but I feel like what I'm thinking is probably not like the average experience or anything, but I couldn't imagine other people being so much worse than me, and I wouldn't even say I'm the best person around. But you know, when I see somebody failing, my first reaction isn't to laugh at them. It's to be like, oh, how can I help you? Or it's okay, it's not that bad. You know, it happens to all of us. So I can't imagine that every single person in like an audience when you're on stage is like, oh, look at that loser. But, you know, so.
That's a positive outlook on life. I really like that. So if I was to ask you for advice, yeah, let's say that I'm your 13-year-old version of yourself, yeah, and I was to come to you and say, please help me, give me advice about how to actually lead my life in a way that you feel like you've made mistakes, or you feel like you made decisions based on other people or whatever, for me to take away the fear, for me to actually persevere in life or lead my life a better way, what would you tell me?
I think I would try to tell myself that, again, it's not that bad if you do fuck up, because I think it's like a quote that's been floating around the internet for the past couple of months. It's like, it's your first time on earth too, so how are you supposed to?
Damn, that's powerful. Yeah.
So I think even if you make the wrong choice, it's not like you don't gain anything from it. It's not like you walk away with nothing afterwards. For example, when I did like economics and that kind of stuff, I hated every second of it, but I still learned something that I can apply now, and it's still useful to me. So it's not, you're not wasting time and you're not falling behind. It's just life, and you're gaining experience, and that's okay too. So just go with what your gut tells you, and try to not listen to other people as much, which is kind of ironic because I'm telling you what to do, but no, just go with your gut. And if you think what decision is right for you, just go for it. And again, if you fuck up, you can just start over. That's okay too.
And what's the biggest mistake that you've done, maybe by listening to other people or taking someone else's maybe wrong advice or whatever? What's the worst advice that you've taken, or anything that you've learned?
I think the worst thing that came out of that is I kind of stole myself some happiness because if I had chosen what I had wanted to do in the first place, I would have been happier. Again, it's not like I wasted time, or it's not that I'm unhappy with the experiences I made. I just think they could have been better because I had known what I wanted in the first place, and I didn't go for it because other people told me not to. And so I kind of stole myself some happiness there, but in the long run, I think it balances out, so it's not that bad.
One final advice for anyone watching this video. What would you tell anyone watching this video who's afraid to take the next step, who's afraid to take the next quantum leap growth in their life? What would you tell them?
To take the next step?
Let's say they were being held back by fear. They were afraid of what other people were thinking. They were afraid of, maybe their family members, of being judged by their family or whatever. What would you tell someone who's in that position right now?
I think if it's specifically people holding you back or your family holding you back, try to talk to them. Maybe if you already know what you want, it's easiest because obviously you can just come up with a plan, but the people closest to you should ideally be the people who love you the most, and so they should support you. If you have a plan. If you don't have a plan, then of course it gets more complicated, but I would also say just sit with yourself maybe a bit and try to think, okay, what is it I want to do? What do I have fun doing? Because that was also a very hard decision for me. I was like, what do I even want to do? I don't know. So it was hard to come up with anything, but yeah, just try to sit with yourself and come up with something you want to do in the first place, and then the people around you should ideally support you. And if they don't, try to talk to them. I know some people have very strict families, and it's very hard to get them on your side, but it's coming from a place of love, ideally. And if it isn't, then maybe it's time to just go do your own thing, because it's your life at the end, and you have to be the one living it and trying to be happy. So if you're just living for other people, you're not getting anything out of it for yourself, and you probably, unless you're Buddhist, only have one life. So try to do with it what you want to do, and not what other people want you to do.
Awesome. Emily, that's awesome advice, powerful advice. Thank you very much. High five. Yeah.